Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we will read a story about a man whose wife got bored of him, so she decided to call her ex to come and effed her. So this is how he exposed her. This is a three-part story, so be sure to like and subscribe for part 2 and 3. Let's get started. Hello everyone, I've been a lurker on this forum for about half a year, but can't keep reading anymore and need an opinion on my situation. I'll appreciate any feedback. I, 35 male, and my wife, 31 female, stopped having any intimacy 6 months ago, and I'm not sure what to do. Important information. We have 2 boys. One is 3 years old, and the other one is 1.5. We're also in the middle of building a house. I'm not a person who likes to watch the world burn, and I prefer to act as soon as possible to fix any issues, so I initiated a conversation with my wife. It was to find out what happened. I asked her why she stopped talking to me, hugging me, kissing me, why she started to mind the touch of my hand on her body, and why she stopped having any form of intimacy with me. At first, she didn't want to talk. There was a very hard cover to break, but she finally opened up. What I learned is that basically I'm not enough for her. She's doing everything herself. She can't count on me. She is wearing the pants in the house. She is the decision maker. She is handling the kids. She told me I would be better alone. I'm an introvert, but not a hardcore one, etc. It was pretty shocking to hear, but I accepted what she said and I told her I understand her pain and I will work on my behavior so that she won't have to be stressed about it. I love her so much, I prefer to agree and not start a fight. However, I do have my own mind. I do have my thoughts that don't let me sleep sometimes. There is a massive red flag which brought me to this group. Her charges are far from true. That is my opinion, of course, but I truly believe I fit in the norms of a good husband. I'm working around 8 to 9 hours from home, but after that I take care of my boys. I play with them, feed them, take the older one to the swimming pool, put them to sleep, etc. I also wake up in the middle of the night if there is a need to do so. Aside from kids, I care about the household. I do the dishes, groceries, clean up a bit. She prefers to clean because I'm not that efficient in it. I take care of the car, things about the new house, etc. I do a lot to make her life easier. I do realize it's hard with 2 little boys. The thing is, I'm not a person who is proactive. There are people who can't sit for 5 minutes on a couch without thinking what to do next, what to fix, what business to start, what chores are left to do, what to fix. Her father is like that. I'm not. Once a day is over, kids are sleeping, work is all done, house is cleaned up, I prefer to watch a movie, play some video games, ease my mind. I'm also not a person who could start his own business. I'm best at my field and prefer to be told what to do and do my work, but do it well. There are a lot of people like that, and I'm not ashamed of it. I don't pursue any spectacular career. I don't dream of having millions in my bank account. I'm just a regular person, a good-looking guy who wanted to have a healthy, happy family and earn a decent buck. I realized she started to have an issue with that despite being happily married for 4 years and happily together with me for 5 years before that. The talk happened in December. After that, I started to work against my personality, which affected in doing some proactive work like extra groceries, extra house fixes, basically not sitting on my crap in the evenings. No rest. She liked that, but it didn't change her approach to me. So I had to initiate the second talk. Seeing how she treats me, I asked her in the beginning, "Do you want to save the marriage?" She replied, "I don't know." Hard to swallow, but in order to continue, I asked her, "Do you want to go to marriage counseling?" She replied, "I don't know." Then I told her it's not a moment to not know if our kids may have parents living separately. Soon after hearing that, she agreed. So I had to find a therapist. She didn't show any interest in that. During the talk, she told me some painful things like, "I married you only to impress my parents and married sisters so that we can be a big, happy family and we can have beautiful children. I married you because I was enchanted, not in love." I also learned she had a meeting with her fellow priest and discussed our marriage. Anyway, I found a good therapist and we're now before our 3rd meeting. We learned that we have different love languages. I need touch. She needs work done. However, since the beginning of our counseling, she doesn't give me touch. No hugs. After the 2 sessions, I asked her if she liked it. How did she feel? And all she had to say was that she's uncomfortable with the fact she needs to share our life details with an unknown woman. When the therapist heard we were not sleeping in the same rooms for 6 months, she was shocked. My wife explained that it's because she's sleeping with the children on the bed and there is no place for me there. The therapist replied that it is a very bad example for the kids not to allow a husband in the bedroom. And if there is no place on the bed, go to a damn IKEA and buy a single bed, put it next to the big one. I did just that, bought it, put it together, and I'm sleeping there now. Funny thing is, I still feel like I'm sleeping alone. She is far to the left, there are boys in the middle, and I'm far to the right. Since the beginning of the issue, my wife changed her testimony a bit. She started saying that she's depressed because of sitting with the kids at home all the time. She told me she said all the things because she was too emotional, etc. I would never say anything like that under any circumstances to her, but I guess I had to believe her. She just recently went back to work and we hired a nanny. The only change in her behavior is that we started to talk, but I'm not only her friend. I'm also her husband, and there is no intimacy. It doesn't look like it's going to get better, no signs of it. She doesn't care about the next marriage counseling sessions. I have to keep scheduling them. About the intimacy, she told me she doesn't need it at all, and she's been doing it only because I wanted it. I felt like an abuser. She never was crazy about lovemaking. We had it once a week, which is fine for me. Could have been more often, but it's fine. This year we had intimacy 2 times, and both times it was pity-duty lovemaking. One was in the beginning of January because I had a birthday. Now I have to have a birthday to get laid. The other after counseling when initiated, but she was just lying on her back, covering her chest and waiting for me to finish. That made me not want it anymore. It's not what it's about. When I bring the topic up, she just says that's what I am. If you don't like it, just leave me. I don't know what to do. Please advise. Update 1. There was one situation when my wife tried to call her ex-boyfriend 4 times in a row at 10 p.m. She didn't talk with him but tried to reach him. I know that because we used to have an app with our 2 numbers saved, and I could see incoming and outgoing phone calls for each number. After that, I went nuts. Why is my wife calling her ex 4 times at 10 p.m.? I decided to check her messages on her laptop. Felt terrible, but for me, it was justified. We're married, have kids, and she is acting weird. After calling him 4 times, she wrote him a message. I'm going to keep calling until you pick up and talk to me as a normal human being. When I asked her about it, she lied. She wasn't calling him, so I showed her the app and her outgoing calls. She had nothing else to do but to admit she did try to reach him. I asked her why, and she explained she was calling back knowing that she also wrote to him after calling. I asked her if she wrote anything to him after she called. She said no. Then I showed her the message she wrote to him, and she explained that he got drunk and called her, started talking some mumbo-jumbo. When she heard that, she told him to F off and hung up. Then she felt wrong about it and tried to call him 4 times because he wasn't picking up. Finally, she wrote what she wrote. He didn't reply. I don't know what to think about it. It happened around the time she stopped being intimate with me. Her opinion on the situation is that for her it's not weird or bad that she kept it from me. It's not important for her. The thing is, any contact with an ex is a bad sign. It's unacceptable for me. Is she cheating? There has been no intimacy between us since 6 months. This is when the calls happened. Update 2. Thank you all for your insight. At first, I couldn't believe how many of you claimed that she is indeed cheating on me. It was like some science fiction to me, something I would see in a movie, maybe something my wife would never do. However, today, everything changed. It became a fact. I feel stupid to be just another person like that, but I guess this is how life is now. I know I promised calling her ex and talking to her family, but I decided to take a step back and play it cool. Can you believe how easy that was? All I did is I installed a voice-activated recorder in our car, not even a GPS. It was there just 3 days. She used the car to work, and then she went to a workout, and finally she called him, or he called her twice. Don't know exactly who called who, but I heard every word. It was a video conversation over the phone. I heard all the stuff I need. Things about intimacy, things about each other's life. They talked like me and my wife 9 years ago when we met each other. Same attraction, jokes, etc. Something I don't have with her for a while. Things about vacation planning. She wants to visit him this July. Wow, she gave him a time frame of 2 years to move back to our country. I can't believe it. Now I'm after listening to an hour-long recording of this crap. There are some things I need to process. I need to meet an attorney next week, etc. All I wanted to say is thank you. You opened my eyes. If it wasn't for you, I would have never bought the freaking voice recording device. And to think I felt bad placing it in the car. My God, I will be updating right now. I need to chill a bit, keep thinking about my kids and what she has done. They started it in September last year. It took me 2 months to notice changes in her behavior. I will be taking care of my old father for an entire next week in another city. This means she won't be going to work for a week. Instead, she will use my home office. This also means she will be talking to him in the office most likely. Would you place the recorder in the office for the next week, or I have enough? And that's the end of part 1 of this story. What do you guys think about the story so far? Do you have anything to say to the poster? Let me know in the comment, and I will see you in the next video.